Grand Rising, magnificent Monday to you all. Hope all is well. What is Facebook saying over there? I just sat here for 5 minutes. I swear, I started at 9 and it's 9 what? Something right now. And I've been just sitting here tagging you guys. And now they're saying that I need to tag you some more. Greetings. How are you, beautiful people? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys can hear me, actually. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm a little far away from the camera, and I don't know if my microphone is working, so I was out running. Sorry, I ran back inside and made sure I got back home in time to do the chat because I didn't want to be out in the streets doing the chat. I had some errands to run this morning, so hope all is well. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Let's read. Oh, let me tag. Oops. I love reading. Can you guys tell? I love to read. When I'm not talking, I'm reading. Oh, gosh. It's true. When I'm not talking, I am reading, honey. I'm very quiet when I'm not talking. Give me a second. Let me just tag everyone. I sat here and I tag all of you. Please don't spam me or report me as abusing you because I know I sat here and invited you. But the platform says that I didn't. So I'm going to take this moment to add you guys. I know I have to type some of your names in because you guys asked me to tag you. And I want to, honor that. I don't want you guys to think that I forgot or refused to or whatever. And I have to go down. My mind works in alphabetical orders. So I am going down the alphabet. Oh, greetings, beautiful Gail. How are you? Greetings, Skelly Dunn. Welcome. This is your first time on the chat? I'm not sure if you are, but welcome. Thank you for joining. Obviously, you're a positive person and you want some positive energy in the morning because that's all we have on the chat. Positive energy. No drama, no rah-rah, none of that. Positive vibrations. I'm going to read my affirmations. I feel a sense of oneness when I listen to the harmony of life. We live in a world rich with diversities, yet it may be easy to forget that we are one, united by a divine common denominator. All things and people working together in divine synchronicity. Nature reflects this harmony. When I find myself in the great outdoors, I take a moment to listen to the cacophony of sounds. Various bird calls mingles with the sounds of the wind in the trees, the chirps of insects. Can you hear it? The gurgling of water trickling to create a wondrous symphony. That's a little creek back there. A beautiful harmony of human expression can be made too. I am listening and adding my own unique expression to the symphony of all life. We are one, and diversity makes this knowing even sweeter. So my question to you is, what harmonization, what are you contributing to this beautiful sound of nature? Because, we tend to neglect that. But real talk, guys, if we didn't have all this nature and all this stuff, especially those of us who move from up north to down south, we appreciate all this greenery and stuff because we know that in the city that we lived in, it was fast and busy, and we didn't barely have trees. I mean, now New York has trees and stuff, but most of the people who came down to the side, I know my parents, when they moved down here, they appreciated this beautiful, I'm from a country where it's like this in my country. This is how it is. I'm pretty sure most of the Caribbean people know. The only thing that's missing is the palm trees and the tropical air, right? I mean, there's a lot more missing. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just watering it down a little bit for this purpose of this chat and what I just read. The sounds of nature. Most of the times people migrate towards those sounds more and more. We don't realize that the older we become, the more we appreciate those sounds, right? The birds and the crickets and all of that. But those are the sounds that we have to take some time to observe, guys. And I know a lot of us don't. We're so busy trying to make that dollar, trying to hustle, make that money, pay that mortgage or that rent or whatever, that car note, whatever, because that's our priority. No, it's not. Got it all mixed up, tied up. Trust and believe me, that's been mine for a long time until I woke up. You know what they say, stay woke? A lot of us are still sleeping. When I became woke, I can't stand that. Well, whatever. I think it's so watered down. Greetings, cuz. How are you, beautiful? Greetings, Joju. Welcome. Congratulations on your success. You are a rock star. Like I said, I call it like I see it every time. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, the beautiful sounds, the nature, what are you contributing? What is your contribution to all of this? Because, whatever we're doing and we get caught up in and we get blindsided and we so stuck and focused on, is so much greater out there. The world is so much greater than what we are, focusing on. So why are we still down? Why are we not giving it our all? We want to give it our all today. And if we give it our all today, guess what happens? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the whole domino effect thing. You give it your all this Monday, trust and believe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be beautiful because that's the pace that we set. We want to set certain pace in life because that is us. So we have to bring whatever we're bringing to life, we have to bring it to life. We have to give it all we have, give it our best, give it our all, Here's the sad thing, not sidebar. I just got a notification from Facebook telling me to tag someone that passed away. That just shook me because people who passed away, their name shouldn't be in there. It's just too, on that emotional side, and I'm learning emotional intelligence. But anyway, greetings Samantha, greetings Jabari, greetings Darius, greetings Indy. How are you, beautiful people? Having a beautiful, magnificent Monday today? I know that's right. I was just reading the affirmations that I usually read in the mornings, and it was talking about, when we observe all the different sounds of nature, it's just a beautiful synchronicity. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful sounds. And what are we contributing? What sounds are we contributing to that? What are we contributing? Period. What are you contributing? What am I contributing? That's why I take the time to focus on nature. I give nature most of my time during the day. Believe it or not. Look at where I live. I live in the country. So, it's a lot of green. Beautiful Christy, welcome. Look, I live in the country. It's not really the country because I'm in city of Stone Mountain, but it's still the country. But listen to the beautiful, I appreciate this. And this actually makes me function better. That's why I enjoy working from home because I can sit out here and I tap into this. And my mind is flowing and I'm working and my mind is open and I'm reaching out to people and people are, the energy is out there because people are calling me. Most of the times I'm having a conversation with you guys, it's on the patio. When I had the little table right here with the umbrella, I used to sit here with my laptop and I worked right here for years. I've been working from home now since 2000 and, how was my baby? 14 years. I've been working from home for 14 years. 15 years when I was pregnant with him. And I enjoy it. I love it. I have peace of mind. That's why stress don't live here. I don't allow it. Greetings, Sydney. Greetings, Mr. Greer. How are you? I don't allow it. If we open the door and welcome it, it will come in and it will take over and we'll have no control of it. We have to find things that will help to take us away from all that stress. And I find that nature works for me. I find that when I sit out here, I get a better sense of everything in life, a better perspective. If I have none, if I'm distraught a little in the house, which is never, but if I'm kind of, caught up and got a lot going on and need a unwind, I come out here and I sit. And I just turn my back and I listen and I just observe the sounds. I back the houses and I face nature. And I just focus. And lo and behold, it comes to me every single time. So I never feel lost. I never feel disconnected in any way, And that's my thing. What's your thing? What do you find that you hold on to? What in nature? What about nature? Not about anything, because you could go, I'm going to go sit in my Benz and I'm going to feel good. Nah. Wrong. No. What do you find, like the affirmation says, what sounds in nature do you harmonize and synchronize with? What do you get connected with? What do you use as your tool to get you out of whatever it is that society or whatever it is your life puts you into? We have to have an outlet. A lot of people like to go walking. A lot of people go to Stone Mountain. I'm right here next to Stone Mountain Park, and I'm telling you, There are always people going to Stone Mountain. I see them in the neighborhood, taking their dogs, putting them in the car, driving them out to the park. Some people just walk from here because I'm not very far from Stone Mountain. People walk from here. I've walked from here to Stone Mountain before, Stone Mountain Park. So, I mean, I see people getting into it, and a lot of times it's sad, but a lot of times people wait until the doctor says, well, you're borderline diabetic or something, and that's when they really get into nature. But it should always be that thing where we're always getting into nature, because nature is actually one of the most important elements that we need as human beings. We need this. Remember, before all these buildings and all these skyscrapers and all these cars and all this stuff, there was nature. That's where we came from. So don't neglect it. If you live in an apartment and you live in a city, you can find nature. You can find nature. Go out there ground. Go out there barefooted. Take off the slippers. Take off the shoes. Walk barefooted. I do it a lot. I walk on my concrete. I walk on my ground. I connect. I step into my garden. When I'm pruning my garden and stuff, I'm barefooted. I'm connecting with nature because that's important. And I love nature, and I could talk about nature this whole chat, but I won't. But it's important that we connect. A lot of times we want to know why we're not getting and we have all the tools, all the necessary tools, but we're not getting where we want to go. Is because we're not taking the little things. I always told my husband when I first met him, when he first met me, I said, I'm the type of person, it's the little things that moves me. It's not the big things, the big great things. Trust and believe. It's the little things, the little tiny little fine sand and pebbles. Those are what holds those big boulder rocks up. Believe it or not. Don't neglect it. Don't dismiss it. Appreciate it because it has a purpose. So everything in life has a purpose. Greetings, Tilia. Greetings, Jeanette. Everything in life has a purpose. And once we utilize those things, we'll see their purpose. We'll know their purpose, and we'll realize, oh, this is the reason why this exists. We don't know why a lot of things. We don't even know why we exist. Some of us. Some of you guys. I'm not including myself in that. No, I work too hard on self every day, which is a never-ending thing. And I talk to you guys about it every day. We must work on self because we don't get better overnight. It takes us a lifetime to get better. Believe it or not. Every day we work on getting better, working on improving ourselves, working on doing things that will help us be better so that we can be better for our loved ones and our colleagues and our friends and our neighbors and whoever. You just can be a better person. My biggest thing in life is becoming a better human being. It's not all these accomplishments and stuff. I started out life too young, and I did a lot in my younger age, and I accomplished a lot. It's just it's not a goal that I set. It's just life. It just happened, and I used what I had to get what I want. Hey, cuz! Greetings, cuz! I miss you, Wolf. Where you been hiding from me? Greetings, Nicole, beautiful Harris. It's M, not B. I just changed the girl's middle name. Beautiful Nicole M. Harris. Is Nicole Marcia? Is that M means Marcia? Aren't we on the same, don't we have the same birthdays, Nicole? Yes. I was thinking about that the other day when I saw you on your zip lining. I saw you in Lawanda zip lining. I'm like, look at them. You guys y'all have that in Alabama. Let me find out. You guys look like you were having a great time. I was like, man, Nicole and I have to go skydiving. We have a skydiving date. And I was just telling my sister, day before yesterday, we were sitting there chatting. I was sitting up in my room sipping coffee, chatting. And we were talking. She said, Redzi, we're getting to a certain age where if we don't do all the things that we've got to do in life now, we might as well forget it. And I'm like, heck no. I was like, no, I have skydiving to do. And I immediately thought of Nicole. Like, yeah, we have to go on our skydiving date. And I'm going to set that up. Probably spring. Spring is the best. I find that spring is the best time to do that. My opinion. The best time. Summertime, everybody's doing it. It costs more and it takes a longer time. Springtime, just right. Everything, timing, pricing, everything is just right. Less people, more skies. You won't be rushed. All that good stuff. Anyway, see, that's how we do it on this chat. We don't really have a particular topic. We just get it. The positive energy going. Kathy Sue, welcome, beautiful. So, since I asked the question this morning with the affirmations, with the sounds, what are we contributing? What are we contributing, and why do we choose to live the way we choose to live? I'm not talking about your environment. I'm talking about your mindset, because whatever our environment is what our mindset. leads us to, because the mind runs things. Okay, you can work out all you want and be as buff as you want, but the mind runs things. And if you got stinking thinking, it's dirty things going on. Ooh. The mind run things. That's why it's important to work on the mind, and the most important energy to have and to harness in the mind is the positive mental attitude. And that's why from the first day I started this chat, that's what I always talked about. Positive mental attitude. We carry it with us anywhere. Always have it. I think my family's like that. I don't have a miserable family. I don't think. I mean, there are members in my family that go there and they're just who they are, and you just learn to love them and don't even study them. But the majority of my family are like that. So I really think that I got it from the environment that I was raised in, right? The positive energy. Like I said, my grandmother, affirmations, the Unity Church, that's where we went to. And we had all these affirmations, and we always speaking affirmations and speaking them. I mean, really speaking them. We don't just speak words. Words are spells. We cast those spells. You can call us witches, but good witches. I don't care what you call us. But that's what it is. To me, it's like, wow, it's amazing. That's why I choose my words. Words have power. Words have strength. And words are created from thoughts. So if your thoughts are dirty and if you have stinking thinking, then your words are going to be horrible. And if that's what you're putting out there, that's the harmony, that's the sounds that you're contributing to this. Are you kidding me? Cut it. See how we are connected to the universe? What your thoughts and your words, it not only goes to the person that you're speaking to, but it goes to the trees and the creatures. They all hear it. You may want to believe it or not. That's on you. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. I'm telling you what it is, because we're all connected. So when you're thinking that you're putting out those negative energy, those thoughts, and you're cussing and you're being nasty and all your words are mean and ugly, that is what you're putting out to the universe. That is your contribution. Who wants that? Are you kidding me? No, peoples. No, friends and family. Mr. Q, how are you? Good to see you. It's very important that our thoughts and our words are on a positive note, because when they're on a negative note, we find ourselves stunted in life. We find that we cannot, and you can live in a church all you want. You can live on whatever channel the TV is. I know my mother-in-law in New York, when I used to, back in the day, she used to be on those TV channels, man. It was always some preacher on the TV screen, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. Every time I walked by, I heard them asking for money. That's all I heard. They found a way. They were sweet with those words, and she wouldn't hesitate to give them her money. It's crazy. So that's what I always have fixed in my head every time I think of that. It's like, wow. But anyway, another sidebar. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the point here. We're going to get to the point eventually, but it's the positive energy. What can I say? No, for real. It's like every time my mom and my grandmother, my mom, they always have the gospel radio. She don't do TV. She does the radio. She always have the gospel radio playing in her kitchen, living room area, and she just plays it. And you just get that energy, My grandmother swing and singing and stuff, but they don't do the TV. That's crazy. Anyway, that's the sound that you're contributing. Whatever is in your thoughts, whatever comes out into your words. And then if your environment is allowing you that, and your environment doesn't change you, and you don't make an attempt to change it, then you are it. You're stuck in it. Your environment, everybody around you, that's what you're giving them, and that's what they're going to give you back. So keep in mind that whatever it is that we put out, we get back. So stop living on such a low frequency. Let's increase. Let's, raise our consciousness, raise our vibration. And the only way you can raise the vibration is with your attitude, your thinking. Okay, your positive mental attitude. No stinking thinking, no hate and grudge and animosity, and those things eat. They eat away at you. And eventually you find yourself sick, and you find yourself going to the doctor, and they're telling you have kidney problems and lung problems and blah, 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 problems and blah, 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 blah. Please get a grip. I go to the doctor about once a year. Now it's like once every 4 years, because every time I go, everything's always fine. Because of my lifestyle. I may not drive a big fancy car. I may not even have a car. But you better believe I'm going to have some good food. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have very good food. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have natural, healthy food. No pork and meat and all that nasty stuff that's killing us. Because here is the reason why it's not the meat that kills us, it's not eating the meat that kills us. Because in different countries, they have different times and periods when they eat meat, like it's a celebratory moment, like a wedding or a baby christening, right? A baby welcoming a baby into the world. It's really significant spiritual connections to eating meat. They would sacrifice the meat, and that's the only time you eat meat, right? Most of the times we have enough fruit and vegetables around us to not have to worry, and fish and all of that, to not have to worry about meat. The problem is that what man brains, man just so smart. The problem is the injection, the chemicals, all the stuff that they're putting into the animal and into the food that they're giving the animals. So even though it might be antibiotic free, that's because the animal is not, but the food is. The food that they fed the animals. Now, you know, if they feed the animal the food and the animal eat the food, whatever is in the food is what is nourishing the animal. And then you're eating it. Good luck with that. Hi, Stace. How are you? You and your other half. You guys are on and popping. Grand Rising, love. How are you? I miss you too. Did you check it? Never mind. Ooh, this chat. This chat. Anyway, greetings, Miss Marva. Greetings, Tima. Greetings, Derica. How are you, beautiful sis? Anyway, here is the thing. Let's not live on that mediocre level. Let's raise our vibrations. Excuse me. When I say mediocre level, like I said, I'm not talking about your lifestyle. I'm talking about your mentality. Don't get it twisted for a second. Anything I talk to you guys about on this chat is never about your physical. It's always about what's in here. On the inside. It's the inside that I'm flipping outside. That's what this chat is about. Okay? Just to make you think. I want you to think. I want you to think on Mondays, and I want you to think I want you to think every day. But I just want to spark, scratch that light, scratch that match, right? Spark that light, spark that flame in you, so that you can always be on that level. You must always function on a higher level. And people are going to come at you. What do we say on this chat? We take the high road. We do. We're not going to allow you to affect us. Matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to infect you with our positive energy and our positive vibrations, and you're going to like it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go share it with somebody just like we shared it with you. And we gave it to you whether you wanted it or not. So that's what you do. That's the attitude that you have. You give it to them whether they want it or not. You grab somebody when they're acting really stinky and bitchy, and you give them this sweet, big, positive, glorious hug. Yes, somebody's texting. Life and death lie within the powers of the tongue. What you say is what you get. I'm just watching your morning chats. Thank you, love. We got to talk about the skydiving date. Oh, yes, honey. Nicole and I were talking about that since last year. We really need to set a date and move with it. I love traveling and doing stuff, so I don't understand why I'm procrastinating on this, but I'm putting it out there, putting myself out there. That's what I like to do. I like to put myself on Front Street so that I can step up to the plate, because I know I'm capable. So when I put myself on Front Street, sometimes, I'm not quite there yet. Sometimes, not all the times. But I find that, I don't back down from nothing. I don't. I love everything. I love to get into, especially things that I love to get into. I'm all for that. That's why listen, let's read. We must look, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to declare our personal power, because like I said, it's Monday, and I want you guys to take positive energy, positive vibration with you wherever you go today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every day. Every day we're going to take this positive energy, because our goal is to improve our lifestyle, not in our physical, in our mind, because everything that we have in the physical comes from within. It's the way of thinking. Everything we have or we don't have. We love to look at people who have all this stuff, and we always say that they're successful because they have this stuff. But what I've learned, especially talking to some people, different types of people this weekend, is that people are so blinded by stuff, things. People feel like because their neighbor may have this huge house and they might be living in this little tiny little house, and their peoples or their friends or whoever you're looking at has this big fancy house and all these cars, and every time you see them they're super stylish, and they go to the salon and they get their nails done and all this fancy stuff, and you're sitting there like, they got money and they do everything they want and they just have a life going on. I just wish my life was like that. Why are you sitting there wishing that your life was like that? If you wanted your life like that, you would have had it like that. But obviously you didn't. So don't sit there wishing that you had somebody else's life when you can go get your own and do the necessary things required to get your own. However, on the flip side of that, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they went through to get all that stuff. You don't even know if they value all that stuff. You may see all that stuff because maybe they inherited, maybe because they didn't want it, because this is their lifestyle. This is how it is. It's just how it is. It doesn't even matter to them. Half the things they have don't even matter to them, because there are a lot of people like that. People inherit things. People get things just because. A lot of people didn't earn it. A lot of people earned it. Don't get it twisted. But there are people out there who have inherited things. And so you don't know. My point I'm trying to make, guys, is you don't know what's going on the inside. You see the glory, but you don't know their story. And if you don't have a story of your own, and if you didn't sacrifice, and if you didn't put up with and deal with and grow yourself and grow people around you and make it your business to change your environment, and you went through all this, if you didn't go through all of that, don't sit there wishing. Get that thought out your mind. Get that out your mind. This is when we live like mice. This is what they say, living like mice, because you're not living up to your greatest potential, your fullest potential. You're not living the reason why the Creator placed you on this planet. You're not living like that. You're allowing the fear and the negative energy and whatever it is to hold you down, suppress. We are not. We are declaring our personal power. Okay? And in order to do that, you have to get that ugly, stinking thinking out of your mind. You have to totally unlearn and relearn. And I know some people like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. People are just too old to be learning. You better stop it. I've been so surprised. That's why I love life and I love human beings. I love human beings. Human beings. I love people. And the reason why is because people surprise me all the time, with the positive and the negative. And you gotta love, if I love the positive, you gotta love the negative. I know it's necessary evil, but you gotta embrace both. The territory. Everything in life is like that. But older people, I've learned recently, within 2019, I've encountered a lot of older people who have unlearned and relearned in personal and in business. Now that is power, because I grew up hearing, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. When somebody gets old and they old like that, honey, it's hard. You might as well forget it. They're trained. That's not true. That is really not true. And I would challenge anyone who says that and who think that they can prove it, because I sure can prove otherwise. I've spoken to people, I've watched people, and I know Mr. Greer is on this line. I know he can attest to that too. In our business, we've watched older people come in here and did some damage, and were from corporate America, and was from the church, and was from this place and that place, and they came and did some damage in this network marketing industry. And this is the toughest industry to be in. A lot of people frown on this industry because you can't handle it, because you're thinking dirty ways. Corporate America accepts that and allows that and pays you for that. But here, it's not going to work. You can't come here with stinking attitudes. You have to grow yourself and learn yourself before you can be successful, because this is a people business. So, get that stinking thinking out of your head. But let's declare our personal freedom. It's past 9:30, guys. You guys are getting a bonus from me today. We're going to declare personal freedom. I read this last night. I read at night. I love reading at night. There comes a time in the lives of the destined for greatness when we must stand before the mirror of meaning and ask, why, having been endowed with the courageous heart of a lion, do we live as mice? We must look squarely into our own tired eyes and examine why we waste so much time sniffing at every distraction, why we cower our thoughts of revealing our true selves to the world, why we scurry so quickly from conflict, and why we consent to play small. We must ask why participate so humbly in society's frantic race, allowing ourselves into its maze of mediocrity and settling for scraps of rewards when nature has offered unlimited freedom. power and abundance to the bold, the determined, the creative, the independent, to each of us. We must ask if our desires to feel safe and accepted are in fact enslaving us to popular opinion and to boredom. We must ask, when will we be ready to ascend to another level of existence? We must ask. We must ask. And if you don't ask because of whatever reason, I don't know whatever reason it is that you don't ask, but you should. But if you don't ask, you will find yourself right where you are right now. And we can do a time check because we're on countdown. We're on the last 5 months of the year. We're like 5 months, August, September, October, November. 4, 4 months in. 4 months in from the end of the year. This year went pretty fast, I must say. What have you contributed? What have you done? What have you improved? What have you changed? We can do a time marker thing. Check it out. Watch your behavior. Watch your thoughts. You can harness, because here's another thing. I had a conversation with someone this weekend, and they made it very clear to me that it is so easy to go negative than to go positive. And I couldn't understand that because I know me, and I'm like, I choose positive or negative any day. You try to cramp my style, I'm going to smile, I'm going to bounce, I'm going to get out of the environment, but I will not condone you. And I will not allow you to take me there because I allowed people to take me there in the past. And I will not allow you. I will always rise above you and your BS. So the person told me that it's so, you don't understand, Marcia, it's real easy to get an attitude. Of course it is. Practice makes perfect. If you've been getting an attitude for next to nothing and everything, and here's the thing about getting an attitude and going to the negative side as opposed to positive, because an attitude could be either positive or negative, right? But it's what he was saying was it's so easy to go to the negative attitude really quick. I don't agree with that. I think that it's just as quick as you can go to the negative attitude, it's just as quick as you can go to the positive attitude. You know, that's what I feel, that's what I know. So it puzzled me that, you know, but it made sense because people snap. It doesn't take anything for someone to give you attitude. Someone will screw their face up at you or not say, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people on public transportation, especially public transportation, you'll find that early in the mornings. I know living in New York, I had that, especially when I moved from the south to the north and I moved back to New York and I lived in New York for a couple of years and I was taking a train to Manhattan. Honey, I was a Southern belle up in there. They couldn't handle me and my energy. And they had attitudes galore. And I'll still be like, hi, morning, how you doing? I was more Southern in New York than I was down here. When I went to New York, I took my Southern attitude with me because it's that Southern hospitality that they don't really get much. But that was back in the days. My son is about 20-something years old. That's about 20-something years ago. Today, New York is actually very pleasant. People actually greet and they're very nice. And I know it's probably that Southern hospitality. A lot of them came down here, got a little taste of the South and said, oh man, that Georgia is so sweet. Let me take this attitude back to New York City. Maybe, hopefully. I'm just being positive. But I know what I experienced, and what I experienced was very negative, and I was very positive. I stayed being positive. Hi, how you doing? Matter of fact, I started making friends. Where you from? You obviously not from here because your attitude sure is different, you know? Yeah, it is. Actually, I lived here, but I'm actually from Georgia. Oh, yeah, I claim Georgia when I'm up north. I claim I'm from down south. Of course, everybody down here be like, you from up north, huh? I hear your accent. What accent? I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, that's how the story goes. And so people on public transportation early in the mornings, ooh, stinky. Because a lot of people they don't even like their jobs. And their boss gets on their nerves. But that's how they get their paycheck, so they have to. I know. No, I never really had that experience. My last few days in corporate America, I had a boss that was not very nice. Funny thing is, I actually contributed to hiring her. I had a say-so in hiring her. Anyway, corporate America nonsense that I'm done with. I'm so happy that I've been on my own. I've been an entrepreneur now for 15 years. I've been earning my own income for 15 years. And guess what? I'm better than before. When I had a paycheck, when I was getting whatever, thousands a year, that they were telling me that that's all I can earn. When I knew that I was worth a whole lot more and I can make a whole lot more. So I took that stand. I stepped out. People say step out on faith. I step on what was mine. That's what I did. I didn't step out on faith. That's what was mine, and I went before it. And that's what you have to do. You have to rise to the occasion and go before what's yours. Go claim what's yours. It's your birthright. The Creator placed you here for greatness. Why are you living like mice? Right? And it's the thoughts. Again, it's all in here. It's what we allow in here to limit us. Oh, you just say you can say that because you want to chat. You can be on the chat too saying that. It's your choice. I chose this for whatever reasons. Dexter Greer, Sharonda Johnson, challenge. But I'm just saying, I chose it. I could have chose anything else. I made a choice. It didn't tell me I had to do something like this. It just said social media. Greetings, beautiful one, Renata. How are you? Yes, Stacy, you deal with that every morning. See, give me that, girl. I knew there was somebody on this chat that will be able to relate. And it's true. And I dealt with that 23, 24 years ago. And she's dealing with that in Maryland, in DC right now, today's day. So there's still people out there that just allow their mind to take them there, and they wake up in a bad mood. They're nasty on their way to work. They're nasty at work, and their lives are nasty because what we put out, we get back. So it's best to always put out that positive attitude, that positive mental attitude, which will help with your words because you'll find that your words improve. I know that everybody knows I always had a potty mouth, and to a degree, I still have it. But it's very controlled. It's so tamed. Because what's in you is in you. You know what I mean? What's in you is in you. Let's be real about it. What's in you is in you. The potty mouth has been totally controlled. It's on a leash, on a gag, all of that. Unless the gag comes out. Anyway, I had a potty mouth for a while. And I tell you, I don't have a potty mouth anymore. It's on a leash. It's on a gag. What can I say? So I think that your environment. Good morning, Grand Rising, beautiful queen. I think that your environment, that we have to take control. If we don't take control, we will live like mice, and we were placed here for greatness. So get into your greatness. Take the high road. Okay, don't allow anyone or anything to interfere or interrupt your flow. Okay, give it your all. Give it your best. And start today, because Monday is the pace setter. However you handle this day is how the rest of your week will go. So I'm telling you right now, take the high road, be positive, be happy, listen to the sounds around you, listen to the harmony, and think about what you're contributing to this. Because this right here, this is what we need to connect with. We always need to find time to connect with nature. Like I said, get in the dirt, barefooted. Stand there for a little bit. Hopefully you're standing in the sun, because that is two charges. You got the soil and the sun on you and the air. Listen, guys, simple things, right? I told you guys, it's the little tiny little sand, the tiny little pebbles. It's the little things in life that are so great that we neglect, that we ignore, and then we want to know why our lives are not where it is going. Because you might be doing everything right, like all the steps, I tell my son this all the time. Systems, path, blueprint. Let's go with blueprint. You may have a blueprint and you may be following it to a T. However, your blueprint did not include nature. Most of the times it doesn't. And when you edit it a little bit and you add a little nature to it, watch how your lives change. Watch how your lives evolve. Watch how things start flowing for you. Watch how you're not at that plateau anymore. Watch how new branches grow on your tree, because we're all trees. All these new branches will start coming out and you're like, wow, I never knew I had that in me. A lot of times, have you heard yourself say that? I never knew I had that in me. I know I had, especially when things happen to me, when people approach me in a certain way, and like I said, in a given moment, I'll snap and I'll break and I'll potty mouth them in a heartbeat. And I didn't. I rose to the occasion. Honey, my hand wasn't long enough to reach back there and pat me on the back. I was really proud of myself. Like, I didn't know I had it in me. I held my composure. I didn't allow this heifer to take me there. You find yourself elevated. You find your mindset elevated. You find your way of thinking elevated. You find that little things that bothered you don't bother you anymore. Even the big things that bother you doesn't bother you anymore. These are the things you find. I can't explaining it no other way. Just go there. Go there. Take the time. And you're worth it. Again, you're worth it. If you can invest 8, 10, sometimes I got my nurses, my educators on the line. Sometimes it's 12, 14 hours of school. Of work, not school, work. Nobody does 10 or 14 hours of school. I wish. No, I don't. Anyway, a lot of people put in a lot of time on their jobs and all about work. And that's your choice. That's you. I'm not here to knock that. However, you cannot use the excuse of don't have time for nature. You don't have time to listen to this harmonic sound. You don't have time to synchronize yourself with nature when that's where you came from. Do a check. Do a self-check. Check yourself out. Find out why it is that you are not connected to nature. And connect to nature, and then you'll see your level. You'll see if you're up here, you're going to be further up there. Trust and believe that. If you're down there, you're going to be up there. Best believe that, okay? Most people that are so negative in the mornings often don't know who they are. Facts. Facts. For instance, this morning, I went to the Starbucks and they messed up my order. Girl, instead of me getting upset, I just politely asked them to, it's no need to get upset. I see people in the Starbucks line, but then it's that Java. They gotta have that coffee. I know, look, I always have my coffee. Look, my husband, he knows. He puts my coffee at the bed in the mornings. I'm always in a good mood, but he knows I'm in a better mood because I'm like, oh my God, it's the little things. I make a big deal about him bringing my coffee to my bed because it's the little things, because that's what I do for myself every day. And when someone else does it for me and I'm sleeping and I turn over and I see my cup of coffee at the bed, I'm like, coffee, it's time to wake up. And I'm excited. Anything to make me excited to wake up in the mornings. I'm telling you, I love life and I find things that excite me in the morning. So I'm never in a bad mood. I could never wake up and be in a bad mood. I had those moments. I had those times where, and that's another reason why I put my phone on silent, on airplane mode, because my phone would ring and it would be external people calling me in the mornings and totally throwing my mornings off. And me with a kind, open heart, trying to make sure that everything is okay. Maybe it's an emergency. Maybe they need me. So let me answer. And then when I answer, that's what I got. I nipped that bad boy in the butt real quick. Real quick. Airplane mode. So that when I wake up in the mornings, my mornings are as beautiful as they can be. And I make my environment as beautiful as I possibly can. I make the energy in the room as beautiful as I possibly can. I have lavender at night to relax me. I mean, I do it. I have my stones. I depend on nature to carry me through. I don't know who y'all depend on. Uncle V, what's up, baby? Miss you. Time is a factor. Need that type of person. Listen, I love, my hubby is just awesome. He really is. I'm like, I have my coffee. I got to have my coffee too, so I'm not knocking anybody with Starbucks, but I don't understand why is it that they go to the coffee shop and they have attitude and they go somewhere. And I mean, I can understand if the customer service person has an attitude, then you need to find another job because it's called customer service. So you need to service the customers. And you always, especially in Georgia, anywhere, not just Georgia, but anywhere in the world, you must always be polite and you will always be kind because that's when you get tips. And that's why you're working for that paper. So you want that paper. So be nice and you will get that paper. It's the law of attraction. It works even for the paper. So I don't understand that, but to each his own. Yeah, girl, there's no need to even allow people to take you there. People will try. They will. Don't let them. Don't let them. Raise the vibrations, raise the energy. And it starts with your thoughts, your thought process. That's where it starts. If you're not on that positive thinking and you're automatically thinking, here's the thing. I'll just mention it. Law of attraction. It comes. If your thoughts are dirty and your thoughts are like negative, guess what you're going to attract? You don't even have to open your mouth. That's how powerful the mind is. And that's how powerful you are. Watch how your negative energy, watch what your negative energy draws. When things are going wrong in your life, think about how you started the day. Think about how you started the day. Real talk. You may have been smiling, but inside of your mind, you had all these terrible thoughts. That doesn't work. Who are you fooling? The mirror? The mirror. Because no one is buying that. You're not fooling anyone. You could have a beautiful smile on your face and you're thinking is stinking. Your day is going to attract a lot of stinkers. Oh, stinkers. You're gonna have a lot of stinkers in your day because that was your stinking thinking from the beginning. And then, like I said, from Monday, whatever pace you set on Monday carries out through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You set the pace. No one controls us. We need to understand that we need to start taking control of us. We have the power within us, right? And it starts with our thoughts. So what kind of day you're having and the type of people that you're attracting, that is not their fault. That is your fault. And you need to stop and rethink and reset your mindset. How about that? Reset your mindset. No, real talk. I've done that several times because I had this thinking. I had to raise my vibration. The reason why I know about all this stuff, I was about to say the other thing. Told you I had a potty mouth. No, the reason why, when I get passionate too, it comes out. The reason why I'm well aware of this stuff, and I'm no professional because I said it's work in progress, and every day I go at it, every day. And I'm a starving student. I'm always a starving student. So I'm not a professional at this, but I'm sharing my experiences with you. The reason why I know all this stuff because I was there. I had this thinking. I had all of that. And you know, when I came into, I would say 2011, 2010 is when I really paid attention to it. Real talk. All my life, I've just been, and I've always been a positive person, but I knew that I could have been more. I knew that I had more in me. You can feel it. You can taste it. You feel like you're suppressing something about you. And none of us should ever have those feelings. You should never feel like there's a part of you that you're suppressing for whatever reason. That shouldn't happen. Whoever you are, you're supposed to allow yourself to come out and don't pretend to be something that you're not. There's a lot of that going on around here. A lot of people pretending to be things and people that they're not. And the Creator didn't create you for that. So you're disrespectful to your Creator. And if you're disrespectful to your Creator, you're going to be disrespectful to me. So pay attention. Energy is important, guys. Pay attention to energy. Okay? Energy doesn't lie. You can see a smile, but you can feel that negative energy behind it. You'll know if that smile is real or fake. I learned. I experienced that. I got hit. I got caught. You know, they say you got got? Yeah, I got. I got with that. I was trapped. I was played with that. I thought that it was all good and it was not all good. And I was like, whoa. Another reason why I had to raise my vibration. All of these things told me a lot. Told me that the reason why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing is because of what I have inside of me. And it's the law of attraction. And that's what I was attracting at that time. So I did a whole regroup. And then I went into network marketing and I learned personal development and I learned to work on me. And right before network marketing, when I was working from home with my son, I had a lot of time to get into me. So raising my last child, I really learned a lot about me. I learned a lot about him. I learned a lot about my family because I was at home. I was in the home. So my mindset was different and I had the opportunity to invest in myself. Take the time to learn Marcia. And what does Marcia contribute to this world, right? What sounds do I bring, right? I had that time. Greetings, Adeniki, beautiful Adeniki, all the way from London, England. Am I going to see you next month, girl? I'll give you a nice big hug and squeeze. This is my girl. Love her. Yes, positive vibes first thing in the morning. Yes, Rob. Yes, Rob, my brother. What was I talking about? Adeniki sure threw me off, boy. Totally forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, I realized that was me. That was me bringing that energy. And when I started to acknowledge that and I told you guys last year about the thinking, the self-talk in the mirror that made me cry. That I wanted to take something and break the dang mirror. Ooh, I was heated with myself. But I knew that it was a process that I had to go through. And I went through it. And lo and behold, I'm still going through it. Only this time, when I look in the mirror, I don't see Uglisha. I see Marcia. I don't see anything ugly. I don't. And I don't intend to see anything ugly either. But I was there. And I'm still there. I'm still growing because, again, in life, nothing is predictable. We have some unpredictable circumstances that we will face, and we are not going to be prepared for it. And it's probably going to hit us blindsidedly, if that's a word. Mr. Greer, tell me. And so we have to, have ourselves intact. We have to have a positive mental attitude so that when these things happen, we know how to handle ourselves and we don't come out of character. Because a lot of times we end up coming out of character because we're not accustomed to. I'm not accustomed to people talking to me this way. So the fact that you talk to me that way is the reason why I had to go off on you. No. Well, I would love to stay and chat, but I'm about to go to work. So you have a wonderful and blessed, productive day. Peace and blessings. Oh, to you too, Stace. Well, that was my homeschooler. That boy knows how to get his mom's attention. He definitely does. And he's sitting right at the breakfast bar doing school. This year, look, you got to change up the strategies, right? So this year last year I told him I'm done with homeschool and I want him to go back out to brick and mortar. And he says no, he doesn't want to go back out to brick and mortar. He wants to do homeschool again. So I did. And he's doing all kinds of stuff right now to distract me because he knows his power. But I'm going to fight that power because he's Aquarius like me. And I tell him all the time that he got whatever he got, he get it from me. So, and he's doing all kinds of stuff behind the camera right now trying to distract me from talking to you. So last year I told him, I don't want to do homeschool anymore, that I want him to go out. And he says, no, I want to do homeschool. So I was like, okay, fine. Well, we're going to do it my way. We're not going to go to school in your bedroom anymore on your laptop. I mean, this dude used to be laying in the bed on his laptop. And I'll be making breakfast downstairs and taking it up to him in his room. Spoil. It's not spoil. I'm giving him the tools. Every child functions different. And the fact that my son is homeschooled, I'm going to, see how he functions. If he doesn't function right, he don't function right, and I'll change it up. So this year, he's sitting at the breakfast bar where I sit and work with my laptop. He's sitting there with his. And when school is done, then you will move from there. But while school hours, you'll be right there in my face. So I can be lenient, but then I can be very stern too. And I'll always have a smile on my face, so he'll never know. Like right now, he wants to know what I'm talking about because he can't really hear me because the door is closed. So he's looking. He knows I'm probably talking about him, but he doesn't quite know. Or maybe he does. I don't know. He's not on Facebook, so he's not going to go to the replay. Anyway, guys, I thank you guys for coming on. I gave you guys over an hour. It's after 10. Oh, me, oh, my. I enjoyed the conversation, the chat, even though you're not chatting, but you are messaging. So I appreciate the comment, the dialogue. I really do. Let me make sure I got everyone. Indy, congratulations on your wedding, beautiful. Are you still on honeymoon? Girl, life is what we make it, honey. Every day is a honeymoon, right? I hear that. Yes, Nicole, we are going ziplining. Trust and believe. I'm so glad that you said that because it was only 2 days ago. I was sitting there like, you know what? I got to get this ziplining thing going. And I saw, over here at Stone Mountain Park, they have it. I mean, not ziplining, skydiving. I saw it. Gooch, what's up, baby? How are you? Derica. Well, I think I got everyone. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Adaniki. Yes, I'm glad. I will be seeing a lot of you next month in Orlando at the Gaylord Palms Resort. It's going to be a fabulous time. I look forward to those events. I really do. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Again, let's take the high road. People are going to come at you, but you set the pace. Today is the day that you set the pace for the rest of the week. So you make sure that you set a positive pace, one that you can adapt and take on for the rest of the week, one that allow you to take the high road no matter who come your way. Don't allow them, because trust and believe they will. And again, it all depends on what your thinking is. If you have stinking thinking going on, then that's what you're going to attract. If you have that positive thinking going on, then you'll attract positive energy and it'll be all good, right? So today's the day that you set that pace. So give it your best, give it your all. Love you, peace and blessings. Thank you for coming on. I'm going to see you guys on Friday. We're going to chat Freedom Friday, y'all. Fight for our birthright to be free mentally, physically, emotionally. All that, Lee. Peace and blessings. Love y'all.